Yes. Hi my dear students, in the previous videos we discussed the when we say that two matrices are said to be equal. So if I have the two matrices, that is A is equals to Aij, and another one matrix if I have B is equals to Bij. So now these two matrices are said to be equal if the first condition is they are of the same order. They are of same order. These two matrices are said to be equal. The first condition that should satisfy, that is these matrix and these matrix should be the of the same order. And next, what is the second condition? The second condition is each element of A is equal to the corresponding element of B. So, dear students, we discussed these two conditions in the earlier classes. So, what is that? The two matrices are said to be equal. A and B are the two matrices, and these two matrices are said to be equal if they are of the same order. So, this matrix order and this matrix order must be same. So, what is order of the matrix? For any given matrix, how we will write the order of the matrix? The number of rows is number of rows cross number of columns. Actually we should not read it as the cross, that is m by n, that is number of rows by number of columns. So that we can write, that will give the order of the matrix. So then now I am discussing these two matrices said to be equal only if they are of the same order. And next, second condition is each element of A is equal to the corresponding element of B. Then we can say that these two matrices are equal matrices, equality of matrices. Under that heading, in the previous videos we discussed. And based on this, we discussed these two questions also. That is the exercise number 3.1. In exercise 3.1, the sixth question, find the values of x, y, and z from the following equations. Among those, three sub questions are there. 1, 2, 3. In those, I discussed the two. This is the first one as well as the second one I discussed in the previous videos. And today's videos we discuss the third question. That is third condition. ಸೊ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ, ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಎರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಥವಾ ಎರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಎರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಎರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇದು ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇರತಕ್ಕ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ರೋಸ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ಸ್, ಅದನ್ನ ಬರೆಯಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಯಾವುದೇ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇದು. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೇ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ನನಗೆ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಬರೆಯಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು? ಎಷ್ಟು ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ಡ ಸಾಲುಗಳು, ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ರೋಸ್ cross or by multiplication sign, that is cross you should write. Then we should write the number of ಕಾಲಮ್ಸ್, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಂಬ ಸಾಲುಗಳಿದಾವೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಅದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೈತಿ? ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇದು ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ನಾನೀಗ ಏನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ, ಎರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು? ಸೊ ಎರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಯಾವ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಮೊದಲನೇ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು? ಎರಡೂ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇದು ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಎರಡೂ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇದು ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಏನು? ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ರೋಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಕಾಲಮ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೂಡ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ರೋಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಕಾಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮಾವವಾಗಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು? ಮೊದಲನೇ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಎರಡನೇ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಈಚ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ದ ಕರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಿ. ಎ ಅನ್ನೋ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟನೇ ರೋಸ್, ಈಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೋಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಎ ಅನ್ನೋ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೋಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ A11 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಿದೆಯೋ ಅದೇ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ರೋ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ಮೋರ್ ಓವರ್ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಈ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅದೇ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಸೇಮ್ ಇದ್ರೆ then we can say that these two matrices are equal matrices. So ಈ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಡಾಟಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇದು ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತೈತಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಸೈನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅವರೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇವೆರಡೂ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮಗೇನ್ ಗೊತ್ತೈತಿ ಎರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಇರ್ತಾವ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಕರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಚ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ದ ಕರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಈ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಈ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಈ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಬರೆಯಕತ್ತೀನಿ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇವೆರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದಾವ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಎರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾನೇನು ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀನಿ, ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ since two matrices are equal, ಇವೆರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ this implies, so I'll write here it is, this is the third question I'm going to discuss. Already these two I discussed, this is the third question I'm going to discuss. Here it is. So this implies, so ಎರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಈ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಈ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. So therefore I am writing x plus y plus z is equals to 9, and next x plus z is equals to 5 and y plus z is equals to 7. So I'll name it as, I'll call this as equation number 1, equation number 2, equation number 3. So now my dear students, by using these three we should find the values of x, y, z. So we should find the values of x, y, z. So here now I use the first condition. I'm going to use the first condition. What is that first condition? Here it is, x plus y plus z is equals to 9. This implies, this can be written as, can I write it as x plus z plus y is equals to 9? Both are same, only the changes is here x plus y plus z is there. In the next step what I wrote here is x I wrote as it is, in the just I changed their places. First I wrote z and next I wrote the y, and the remaining 9 is as it is I am writing. And now here it is, why I am writing like this? I am writing like this because in the second equation, by observing these three equations, we know the x plus z value as 5. So now this x plus z value is equals to 5. This value I am going to substitute here it is. To substitute that value, I replace these values. First I wrote z and then I wrote y to simplify. So therefore here it is, this implies x plus z. So what is x plus z value here? X plus z value is 5 plus y is as it is equals to 9. Now this 5 shift that side, so that will become y is equals to 9 minus plus 5. If I shift that side, that will become negative minus 5. So therefore y is equals to 4. 9 minus 5 is 4. So now we know the y value, and next we are going to find the x, y, z values. Just I calculated the y value. Now we are going to calculate the x value. So to calculate x value here it is, either you can use here it is y plus z is equals to 7. So here it is, y value you can, if you replace the y value as 4, you will get the z value. So and now here it is, now y plus z is equals to 7, put y is equals to 4 in above equation. In the above equation I am going to use, put the value y is equals to 4. So this implies 4, I am going to write here it is y value as 4 plus z is equals to 7, and this implies 7 is equal, z is equals to 7 plus 4. If I shift that side, that will become minus 4 plus 4. If I shift that side, that will become minus 4. This implies z is equals to 7 minus 4 is 3. We know we calculated the z y value and we calculated the z value. Now in any among these equations, either in equation 1 or equation 2, you can substitute the z value here it is, or in this you can substitute the y and z value. But if I substitute y and z value, it will be little complicated to calculation. So therefore I directly substitute here it is. And now putting or else put here it is in the second equation, put z is equals to, here it is 3 in the equation 2, in the equation 2. So that is x plus z is equals to 5 and x plus z value is 3 equals to 5 and x is equals to 5 plus 3. If I shift that side, that will become minus 3. So 5 minus 3 is equals to 5 minus 3 is equals to 2. So therefore these are the values. X value as 2, z value is 3 and y value is 4. Like this you should calculate. They asked you to find the x, y, z values. So this is the answer for your third question. I hope you don't have any doubts. Is it? So therefore lastly you can write therefore x value is 2, y value is 4 and z value is 3. So this is the answer for your third question. This is the NCERT or NCERT textbooks exercise 3.1 sixth question. In that third sub question I solved here. Yes. We pause the video to write it down and we will discuss the next question. So the next question is next we are going to discuss the seventh question, and the seventh question is find the value of the question is find the value of ABC. Find the value of A, B and C from the following, from the equation, from the, directly you can write it is from the equation. From the equation. So what is the given equation to you? The given equation is A minus B, 2A plus C, 2A minus B, 3C plus D, and this is equals to minus 1, 5, 0, 30. So try to solve this one, or else I will solve this. So this is also similar type of question. Only the difference is there they asked x, y, z values, and now they asked you to find the A, B, C values. So to calculate that, here it is. Again I am going to use the condition, same condition, whatever we discussed. So again here it is. These two matrices are equal. They given that these two matrices are equal. So find the value of A, B and C from the equation. So these are the two equations. So this is the given data to you. So here also they given that equal set. That is, this matrix is equals to this matrix. So by using this condition, so I am going to write here it is, since two matrices are equal, this implies A minus B is equals to this element. These two matrices are equal. So equal means what it indicates, these order must be same and each element of this matrix must be equals to each element of this matrix. So that from using that condition, I am going to write A minus B is must be equals to the value minus 1, and next here is 2A plus C must be equals to the 5, and next 2A minus B is equals to 0, and next 3c plus d must be equals to 13. Is it? A minus b is equals to minus 1. 2a plus c is equals to 5. 2a plus c is equals to 5. 2a minus b is equals to 0. 3c plus d is equals to 13. So these are the conditions. By using these conditions, I should find the values of a, b, c values. I should find here this. So my dear students, here it is 2a minus b is equals to 0 is there. So 2a minus b is equals to 0 is there. So either you can find from this equation, either you can find the a value or you can find the b value. So therefore, how it is, I am going to solve. So this implies 2a is equals to b minus b. If I shift that side, so that will become plus b, and next here it is again this implies, so or else b value I am taking it as 2a only. So this b value I am going to substitute in the equation 1. So this call this as 1 and call this as this equation as 3 and call this equation as 4. Or else I'll solve here this. First I'll name it and then I am going to solve, because otherwise you will get confused. So therefore, so name it as or call it as equation 3 and call this as equation 4. So now from 3 implies 2a minus b is equals to 0. This implies 2a is equals to b. This is b value. This b value I am going to substitute in here it is 2a minus b value I will substitute in the equation 1. So I think they asked a, b, c and d. Please make it as a, b, c. Here it is a comma b comma c and d. Make the correction in the question. They asked for d also. So therefore d is, and now here it is 2a is equals to b. So now put b value as 2a in equation 1. In the equation 1, substitute the b value as 2a, and now here it is, this implies a minus b is equals to minus 1. A minus b value is 2a. 2a is equals to minus 1. So minus 2a plus a is, so minus a. So in the 2a, here it is minus 2a plus a. So 2 minus 1 is 1 and it is bigger number is 2a. So therefore I am taking the sign of this. So minus 2a plus a is minus a, and that is equals to minus 1. So both sides, here also minus is there, here also minus is there. So both will become here, this minus, here it is. I will multiply to this, and both sides with minus, and I am multiplying minus minus plus minus minus plus. So therefore, my dear students, the a value is equals to 1. So this is your a value. So, and next, if by knowing the a value, you can calculate the b value also. And now here it is, put a is equals to 1 in equation 1. In equation, either you can put in equation 1 or you can put the equation in 3 also. So put a is equals to 1 in, or else make it as in equation 3. In equation 3, you can put in equation 1 or 1 also, but you may get confused. So therefore put a is equals to 1 in equation 3. So this will be, this implies, so 2a minus b equals to 0. This implies 2 into 1. I am substituting a value as 1. Minus b equals to 0, and this implies 2 into 1 is 2 minus b equals to 0. And now here it is 2 minus b equals to 0, and minus b, if I shift that side, that will become plus b. So therefore 2 is equals to b. Your b value is equals to 2. And now easily you can calculate the remaining c and d values. So b value I know, and also I know the a value. So in this, here it is, in this equation substitute a value as 1. If you substitute here it is, already you got the values of a and b. So no use of substituting here it is any values. I needed the value c and d. So therefore I am substituting the a value, whatever I have here it is, a value as 1 in the equation 2. So now put put A is equals to 1 in equation 2. So if you substitute the A value here it is in the equation 2, you will get, I write once, 2A plus C is equals to 5, and 2 into A value I am substituting it as 1. So therefore 2 into 1 plus C is equals to 5. 2 into 1 is 2 plus C is equals to 5, and C is equals to 5 plus 2. If I shift that side, that will become minus 2. So therefore 5 minus 2 is 3. So this is your required C value. Now you can substitute, you know already A value, B value and C value. Next you should find the D value. So therefore in this equation 4, substitute C value as 3, you will get the D value. So like this you should solve. Yes, try to substitute that one. Substitute C value or else put the C value in the equation. Now I am going to solve here this. Substitute C value equals to 3 in equation 4. We get. So what is equation 4? 3C plus D is equals to 13. So 3 into C value is, I am substituting here it is, C value is 3. Is it? So therefore here it is 3 in the bracket, C value is 3 plus D is equals to 13. And we know that 3 is up. Multiply this 2. So 9 plus D is equals to 13 and D is equals to 13. This plus 9, if I shift that side, that will become minus 9. So therefore D is equals to how much? 13 minus 9 is 5. So therefore these are the values. It's not 5, it's 4. So therefore my dear students, 13 minus 9 is 4. Is it? So 13 minus. So therefore the A value is 1, B value is 2, C value is 3 and D value is 4. Therefore our required value is A value is 1, B value is 2, C value is 3 and D value is 4. So these are your required values. So like this you should solve. Yes, you may get confused. So after solving this, I think you may have confused here this. So what is that? In which equation what are the values we should substitute? You may think like that. So for that is I am telling here is. So what is the trick he means here it is. So we are finding the A, B, C, D values we are finding. So just observe these 4 equations. Among these 4 equations, here it is A minus B is equals to minus 1 is there, 2A is equal to A minus B is equals to 0 is there. So here it is, easily I can calculate this value is equals to 0. It means that either I can shift this to A this side or minus B to this side, so that you will get the one unknown values. Either you may get the values of A or you may get the values of B. So therefore first I took these third equations. I am using this because here unknown value easily you are getting. So therefore I am using 3 here it is. Among all these 4 equations I am taking the third only, because here this value is equal to 0. It means that either you may, after solving this, after simplifying this, you may get the B value or you may get the A value. So after knowing that value, if you substitute in these equations, easily you will get the remaining value, remaining unknown value. So therefore, and after getting these two, next you can observe here it is, what is the A and B values. After solving these two equations, I will get the A and B value. Now my aim is to find the C and D value. So therefore, I cannot easily, or else already I calculated A and B value. So no need to take this equation, and also you should not take this equation also, sorry, which one? Third one, because already we know the a and b value. So now we should search the equation in which c and d is there, and I will take this value, this equation. I am taking this equation because a value I know, and this is the constant 5 here. It is easily I will get the c value. So next you should find this equation. You should take this. After taking this, the remaining is you are going to take this one, because here the c value also you are calculated, so easily you can calculate the d value. Like this you should think, and you should solve the equations. Is it? And moreover, you solved already such type of questions in your high school, I think. Simultaneous equations. Under that concept, you discuss all this, how to find the values. And now it is for the Kannada medium students. I'll explain once. So ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು equations, ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರಿಲ್ಲ. From the equations ಇವೆರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವರೇ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ. ಸೊ ಇವೆರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ according to the definition or the concept of the equality of two matrices are equal. So that by using that concept, ನಾನು ಎರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯಾವಾಗ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ಎರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ನಂತರ ಎರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಕರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಕರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ನಾ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಎರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ, ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಸೈನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮಗೇನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಐತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದಾಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನಮಗೇನ್ ಗೊತ್ತೈತಿ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೆ ಈ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೆ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೈತಿ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬೈ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್. So therefore since two matrices are equal, so ಎರಡು matrices equal ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ a minus b is equals to minus 1 ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡೇನಿ. So 2a plus c is equals to 5 ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. Next 2a minus b is equals to 0 and 3c plus d is equals to 13 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ just by this concept I am going to write. So after writing this ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ a minus b ಇವ ನಾಲ್ಕು ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು abc ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಸೊ abc ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಈ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ನಾಲ್ಕು ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಅನ್ನೋನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ABCD ಎಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ ಅನ್ನೋನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್, ನನಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಸಿಗ್ತೈತಿ ಈ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅಂತ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, ಸೊ ನನಗೇನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, 2a minus b is equals to 0. ಈ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನನಗ ಅಥವಾ ಈ b ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಿಗಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ a ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಈ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು, ಸೊ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ 3 ನಾನು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನನಗೆ b ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 2a ಅಂತ ಸಿಕ್ತು. ಸೊ ಈ b ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನು ಸಿಕ್ತು, a ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಿಕ್ತು. ಸೊ a ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಿಕ್ಕ ನಂತರ ಈ a ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅನ್ನ ನೀವು ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ನೀವು ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ 1 ಒಳಗೆ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ 3 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಇವೆರಡೇ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಈಸಿ ಐದರ್ ಅಥವಾ ನೀವು ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ 2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ c ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ, a ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ c ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, 2a minus b is equals to 0 ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ಯಾವ್ದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ b ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಈ b ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಈ b ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅನ್ನ ಈ ಐದರ್ ಇಂದ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ 1 ಅಥವಾ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ 3 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ a ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಿಕ್ತು. ಸೊ ಈ a ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅನ್ನು ನಾನು ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ 3 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ b ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಿಕ್ತು. ಸೊ a ಮತ್ತು b ಎರಡು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನನಗೆ c ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಮತ್ತೆ d ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ c ಮತ್ತೆ d ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಯಾವಾಗ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, c ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ 4 ಮತ್ತೆ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ 2 ಇವೆರಡು ಈ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ನಾನು ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ 2 ನ ತಗೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ 2 ನ ಯಾಕೆ ತಗೊಳ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ c ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ a ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಈ a ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅನ್ನು ನಾನು ಈ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ c ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ c ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಿಕ್ಕ ನಂತರ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಉಳಿದಿರೋದು ಯಾವುದು, ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು c ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅನ್ನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಆ c ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅನ್ನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ d ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಿಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಅದು ಈ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಂದಿ ಡೌಟ್ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಯಾಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇದನ್ನೇ ಯಾಕೆ ತಗೊಳಕತ್ತೀವಿ ಅಥವಾ ಇದನ್ನೇ ಯಾಕೆ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಯಾಕೆ ತಗೋಬಾರ್ದು, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಈ ರೀತಿ ನಾನು ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ನೀವು ಈಸಿಲಿ ನೀವು ABCD ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅನ್ನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಬಟ್ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಕ್ವಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಸಿಗಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಉದ್ದೇಶಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ. So therefore these are all the ABCD, these are all the values of the ABCD. What is they required? This is the required answer because they asked the values of A, B, C and D. So therefore these are the values. Is it? I hope you understood. And next we move to the next question, that is 7th one. of, I think this is only 7th question. I didn't change the question number. So this is whatever I solved here. This question is only itself 7th question. And next we are going to move the 8th question. That is based on the definition of the square matrix, that we are going to discuss in the next video. Next I will come to the next question, that is 9th one. So I will discuss the 9th one. So in the 9th question, I think it's in the form of multiple questions, multiple choice questions. Like in CET they may ask such a type of questions. So they given to you 4 options. So now I am going to write that question, that is 3.1 exercise 9th question. Now I am going to write the 9th question, that is which of the ninth one, which of the given values, which of the given values of x and y make the following pair of matrices equal, and the given equations, these are the matrices: 3x plus 7, and next y plus 1, here it is 5, 2 minus 3x, and next 0, y minus 2, 8, 4. This is not equal, this is common, they given to you. These are the 2 matrices they given to you. So 0, y minus 2, 8, 4, 3x plus 7, 5, y plus 1, 2 minus 3x. The first option is A, x is equals to minus 1 by 3, y value as 7, and the second option B, not possible to find, and the C, option C is y equals to 7, comma x equals to minus 2 by 3, and next option D is equals to x is equals to minus 1 by 3, comma y is equals to minus 2 by 3. So this is the 9th question. Yes, my dear students, so here again the question is here, this which of the given values, again the same concept, that is when we will say that 2 matrices are equal, using that concept you should find here this. So read the question. Once read the question, please remember, always first you should read the question in your mind, and then you should think in mind before writing, before using the pen, before solving in the examinations or regular while solving questions. First you should read the question, and then before writing the pen or before using the pen, you should first think that what is the given to you and what is the information you know in the given question, and then how to solve. First you should think all this, and then you should try to solve. Yes, my dear students, which of the given values of x and y make the following pair of matrices equal? So they given to you these 2 matrices. So they are asking for what values of x and y these two matrices will become equal. So meaning game ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. These are the options given to you. If your x value is this much, is these two will become equal? You should check. And whether they are not possible to find, whether x and y value is it not possible to find, that's the second option. And the third is y is equals to 7, x is equals to this value, and d is equals to, these are the values given to you. So therefore here first we should find, here it is, these two matrices should be equal. So therefore what I am doing here is, first I will equate these two. So after equating this, I will find the values of x and y, and for that values of x and y, the answer should be calculated. Is it? So I'll explain in Kannada. So ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇದ್ರ, which of the following values of x and y. So ಯಾವ values of x and y ಗೆ ಇವೆರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಸಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೇಳ್ಯಾರ. ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್, ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ x ಮತ್ತು y ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂವಿಗೆ ಯಾವ x ಮತ್ತು y ನ ಬೆಲೆಯನ್ನ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಲ್ ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇವೆರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಯಾರ. ಸೊ ಎರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಾ ಏನ್ ತಗೋತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಇವೆರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಇವೆರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್, first I will take here it is 3x plus 7 is equals to 0. So following pair of matrices equal. Which of the given values of x and y make the following pair of matrices equal? So now I will assume here it is, I will consider these two matrices are equal. So if these two matrices are equal, then they should satisfy the condition. What is that? This place element, this element must be equals to this element. So therefore I am taking here this 3x plus 7 is equals to 0. And next also we should find here it is, this element 5 is equals to, here it is, and 5 is equals to y minus 2, and y plus 1 is equals to 8, and next 2 minus 3x is equals to 4. Why I am equating these, why I am assuming these two values are equal? Because I should find the values of x and y in such a way that after filling those values, these matrices should be equal. So therefore I am considering here this, these matrices are equal. By assuming that I am going to solve, then you will get whatever you are getting x and y values, for that x and y values this matrix will be equal. So therefore I am equating. So therefore I am taking here this, these two matrices are equal. By assuming that I am solving here this. So 3x plus 7 equals to 0. So now here it is, solve here 3x plus 7 equals to 0. This implies, again you can give the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. And now here it is, I am going to solve. So 3x plus 7 is equals to 0. 3x plus, solving here it is 3x, solving equation 1, we get, I am solving the first equation. 3x plus 7 is equals to, here it is, I write b, 3x plus 7 equals to 0. 3x is equals to plus 7. If I shift that side, that will become minus 7. And here it is, x is equals to minus 7 whole divided by these 3. If I shift that side, that will goes to the denominator, because here multiplication is there, 3 into x. So therefore this is your x value. And now if you solve this one, so solving here is equation 2, solving equation 2. So what is that equation? 5 minus y is equals to, 5 is equals to y minus 2. So therefore minus 2, if I shift this side, 5 that will become plus 2, and y as it is I am going to write. So therefore 5 plus 2 is 7. Y is equals to 7. So we have x value is minus 7 by 3 and y value is 7. And next friends, try to solve this one. Solving third. Each time it's not necessary to write solving. Just I am writing here it is, but still. So solving equation 3, y plus 1 is equals to 8 and y is equals to 8 plus 1. If I shift that side, that will become minus 1. Is it? Plus 1, if I shift that side, that will become minus 1. So 8 minus 1. So therefore y is equals to 7. And now my dear students, solve this one. If you solve this one, solving equation 4, so 2 minus 3x is equals to 4, and here minus 3x, or else this plus 2 if I shift that side, minus 3x is as it is, plus 2 if I shift 4 is also as it is, plus 2 if I shift that side, that will become minus 2. So minus 3x is equals to 4 minus 2 is 2. And now here it is x 3 minus 3x, 3 minus 3 I will shift that side. So if I shift that side, so that will become here minus 3x is equals to 2, and x is minus x is equals to minus x as it is, 3 I am shifting here it is. So 2, this 3 if I shift this side, that will goes to the denominator, my 3 here it is, and this minus I will shift that side, or else both sides if I multiply with minus sign, minus minus plus, and here it is minus 2 by 3. So you can observe here it is, what are the values here it is, x value here I am getting it as minus 2 by 3, and what I got here it is the x value here it is minus 7 by 3. So therefore it's not possible, because here what I am getting here is, what is the first option my dear students? The first option is x value is minus 1 by 3. So I am not getting minus 1 by 3. I got the values x is equals to minus 7 by 3 I got, or else I got the value x is equals to minus 2 by 3. But they given that in the x values, what is that? Minus 1 by 3. So therefore this option is not correct, because your x value is either minus 7 by 3 minus 2 by 3. Here it is, they given that x value as minus 1 by 3. So therefore this option is not valid. For this option is not valid. And next come to this here it is. Y value is 7, y value 7 I got, and x value is minus 2 by 3. So this is also not possible, because here how many values we are getting? We are getting the values, once I am getting the value x value as minus 7 by 3, and once I am getting the value x is equals to minus 2 by 3. So both at a time here it is I am getting the x values, different x values I am getting. So therefore this is also not possible. Obvious, yes, you got the same answer here it is while solving. But what about this? If you wrote minus 2 by 3, then what about this x value? If I take the correct answer as the third one, but this value is, this is also x value I got here it is. So therefore this is also not. If you write the only third option, that is C, y is equals to 7 and x is equals to minus 2 by 3. So then we are leaving this value, is it? So that is also not, that should not be the case. So therefore third option is also not valid. This is the one reason. And also another one reason is at the same case here it is, x value should not take the two values. Here it is taking minus 7 by 3, and here it is taking minus 2 by 3. And next, so therefore, and next x value is minus 1 by 3, and here also x values I didn't go to the minus 1 by 3. So easily you can skip these two options, and you may get confused here it is in this. So in this option is x equals to x equals to minus 2 by 3. My x value is not only minus 2 by 3, it is also I got the value as minus 7 by 3. So like this you can think, then also you can cancel by thinking like this, you can cancel this option, or else in the concept here in the both values should not take the x value. The x value should not give the same different values. For that reason also this option will not valid. So therefore lastly the remaining option is not possible to find. So therefore the x and y value is not possible to find, because x giving the different values. X should not give the different values. Whatever you should solve, so you should get the x and y value same, that is equal, but here you are getting the different values. So therefore it's not possible to find the x value. So therefore the option B is the correct answer for the given ninth question. Is it? Yes, my dear students, what is mean by, apart from this I am going to explain what is the equation or what is the solution of the any given equation. Solution means what? For if we have the any equation, solution means what? After substituting x or y, whatever we have the unknown values, if I substitute those unknown values, then LHS and RHS should be satisfied. Such a values we can call it as the solutions. This we discussed in the earlier, that is in the high school we discussed. But as of now, just simply I told because here I am getting x value is minus 7 by 3 and here I am getting x value is minus 2 by 3. So here it is not the case. We should get the x and y value is same. So therefore this is the answer is not possible to find. So therefore the third or second option is correct option. Is it? And now I am going to solve the next last question, that is 10th question of this exercise 3.1. Is there any doubts here? This, if you have any doubts, you can comment me. I will reply for those. Is it? Yes. Next, we are going to move the 10th question. Simply, you can think here it is x value is not possible to find. If I have the only x value, then we can write the option. But here x value, different x value, two x values I got. So therefore, here it's not easily we can solve here it is, because here it is. If I take if you have confusions, here it is whatever solutions I got, x and y values I got. If I mark this option, whether this is correct or not, you may think. But what about if you take this option, that is x value, if in this option if you take y value is 7, leave that y value, because both the case I got the y value is 7. But if you take the x value is minus 2 by 3, then what about this minus 7 by 3? You are not getting this value. It means that you are leaving this value. Like this you can think. Or else x value should not be the different. X value always must be same value you should get here. Then only these two matrices will become same. If you can substitute x and x values here it is in this, then in both the case you should get the x value same, but you are getting the different values. So therefore the option is it's not possible to find. And next, the 10th question I am going to discuss, my dear students. The 10th question is also like this multiple questions, and the question is, now I am going to write the question is, the number of, 10th question, the number of all possible matrices of order 3 cross 3 with each entry 0 or 1 is, and the first option is 27, second option is 18, third option is 81, and the last option is 51. Yes, my dear students. Yes, my dear students. The number of all possible matrices of order 3 cross 3 with each entry 0 or 1 is. The first option is 27, 18, 81, 51, 2. To solve this, we should assume that in the 3 cross 3 matrix, how will be the 3 cross 3 matrix? First we should imagine that. So what is the meaning of 3 cross 3 matrix? So 3 cross 3 matrix, the order of the given matrix is 3 cross 3. So 3 cross 3 means what it indicates? In the given matrix, if the order is 3 cross 3 means we should have 3 rows and 3 columns we should have. Is it? So therefore, students, please see here. So to solve this, we may use different cases. I think you have remembered in the first PUC we discussed, or you may learn the topic permutation and combinations. Have you remembered? Yes, I will discuss that one. Before that, we should solve this. We are going to use that concept also. So firstly, I will tell the number of all possible matrices of order 3 cross 3 with each entry 0 or 1. Yes. So first I'll take the matrix. Here it is. The matrix should be like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the matrix must be the order. What is the order of this matrix, my dear students? 3 cross 3. So the number of all possible matrices of order 3 cross 3 with each entry 0 or 1. So each entry must be either it is 0 or you should substitute as 1. So like that, how many different matrices you are going to write, that they ask. So I'll explain in once in Kannada. So nimge ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ. The number of all possible matrices of order 3 cross 3. ನೀವು ಬರಿತಕ್ಕಂತ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಏನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು? 3 cross 3 ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಏನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು? ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಎಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಏನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು? 0 ಅಥವಾ 1 ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ 0 ಅಥವಾ 1 ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಅಂತ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬರಿಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಗಿವನ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್. ಸೊ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ದಟ್ ನಾನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. So first I will write here this first place ಅಲ್ಲಿ different here this first place ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು first element ಅನ್ನ 0 ತಗೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. first element 0 ತಗೊಳ್ತೇನೆ, remaining as it is ಉಳಿದದ್ದು ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಬರೀತೇನೆ. next here it is, this is the first possible, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಬರಿಬಹುದು. next or else first element 0 ಬರದೆ ಉಳಿದ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಉಳಿದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಬರೀತೇನೆ. next ಕೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, I'll change only the ಇಲ್ಲಿ 0 ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್, ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ 0 ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಇದ್ದು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವೇಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಬರಿಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ therefore ಇಲ್ಲಿ 0 ಬರ್ದೇನಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1, so remaining as it is. Please remember I am writing different order matrices but each entry should be 0 or 1. So the first possibilities ಏನಾಗಿರಬಹುದು, ಇದು ಒಂದು ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ 0 ತಗೋತೇನೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಹಂಗೆ ಬರೀತೇನೆ, ಅಥವಾ 1 1 ಬರೀಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ 0 0 ಬರೀಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಇದೊಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 0 ತಗೊಂಡೇನೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 ತಗೊಂಡೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೇಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು ನನಗೆ, 2 ಕೇಸ್ ಬರೀಬಹುದು ಈ ರೀತಿ. ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್? ಅಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ 0 ತಗೊಂಡೇನಿ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ತಗೋತೇನೆ 0 ತಗೋತೇನೆ, ಮತ್ತು ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್. Is it? And next, what is the next case? Here it is. The next case is here it is 0. First element I am reading as it is. Second element I took here is 0. And next I will take it as 1. And next the remaining elements as same. Is it? So the matrix may be like this. I am solving the different ways of the matrices whose matrix is whose order is 3 cross 3 and elements entries must be 0 or 1. And next it is for this also. I will take the case where the first element is 1 and the remaining element here it is 1. I will take here it is 0 and remaining as it is. And next again what is the possibilities? Again the first element is same and here it is 0 and the next element I will make it as 1 and remaining elements as it is. Is it? What I am going to write here it is, here if the first element either I can write 0 and remaining element same as it is. Here either I can first only I am changing the first element. Here I first wrote the 0 and second if I wrote the 1. How many cases are there? 2 cases are there. Now if I change the second 2 elements, first element here is 0 and the second element I am going to change here it is, that is 0 and remaining elements as it is. This is the one case. And next case, here it is first element as it is and next I am changing the, here I took once 0 and next the possibilities is 1. So like this I am going to discuss. And next again here it is, this is the first element is 1 as it is, second element I am taking it as 0 and now second element here I am taking it as 1. How many possibilities? So here also for this also we have the 2 possibilities. Is it? So like this, if I change here it is the third element. So what is will be the third element? 0 0, here it is, again I will get the 2 conditions 0 0 1, 0 0 0 and 0 0 1. So again here for this also we will get the 2 conditions and for this also I will get the 2 conditions and here also I will get the 2 conditions, that is 1 0 0 and next it is 1 0 1. So here for this also I will get the 2 conditions. Similarly here also I will get the 2 conditions. Is it? So like this I am going to discuss. So therefore what I am going to write here is, just I am calculating if the entries of the matrix is either 0 or 1. So taking like that, how many possible order of the matrices you are writing, that they asked, my dear students. Please remember. So therefore these are all the possible orders I am writing. So please observe it is, if I change the first element, only first element, first place element, if I take changing the one side first element, remaining I am not worried, just I am changing the only first place element. Here if I take the 0 and once I take the 0, first element if I changed, how many possibilities are there? Two possibilities are there. If I change the first two elements, how many possibilities I got? Here it is 1 2, here it is. First one element if I change, two possibilities. First the next two elements I changed, 1 2 3 4 possibilities. And if I change the all the three elements, first three elements, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 elements I am getting. So therefore here it is, how many here it is, if I change the only one element, this is 2. If I change the two elements, I am getting here it is 4. If I change the three elements, then I am getting it as 8. So similarly, if you change this element 0 or 1, then again the values goes on increasing. So therefore, depending upon that, I am writing it as, only I change the one first place element, only one place, that is one element I am changing. So therefore, this 2 can I write it as 2 to the power 1, I change the only one element. And now here it is 4. So 4 here it is, this is equals to 2 to the power 2, because here it is, how many elements I am going to change, I am changing here it is 2 elements. 2 to the power 2, because two elements I am changing, and what then can I have two elements I am changing. So therefore this can I write it as 2 square. And here it is next case, I am changing all these three places I changed. So therefore how many value I got? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So therefore this is 2 to the power, here it is 3, because I changed three elements. So like this goes on, you are going to write. So here it is, if I take the first element 0 or 1, how many possibilities? Two possibilities. If I change the two elements, how many possibilities are there? 4. If I change here it is three elements, 2 to the power 3 I am getting. If I change the two elements, one element if I change, then I am getting 2 to the power 1. If I change the first two elements, I am getting 2 square values, 2 square possibilities. If I change the first three elements, I am getting 2 to the power 3. So like this, so on. So totally how many elements you are changing? You are changing totally 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So totally 9 elements you are changing. So therefore the answer is 2 to the power 9. Is it? So this is the one possibilities I am going to discuss. So like this you can think. So therefore 2 to the power 9 is, I think 5 1 2. 2 to the power 9 means what? You should multiply 2 9 times. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So this value is equals to 5 1 2. So therefore the option is D option. Like this you can solve. This is the one method of solving. If you understood this one, okay. Then otherwise leave it. I'll tell you another one method, or here it is. Please, here it is. In the first, here it is, how many possibilities are there? In the first entry I can write it as either I can write 0 or 1. So therefore in the first place element there are two options, and next in the second place element there are two options, in the third place element there are two options, in this also two, in this also two, in this also two, here also two possibilities, here also two possibilities, here also two possibilities. So therefore in the first PC, in the permutation we used the from the multiplication, counting of the multiplication principle. So multiplication counting principle, according to that I can write here this 2 into 2 into, so here for this element two options, for these two options, for this element two options. So therefore totally 9 elements. So therefore 2 into 2 into 2, like this you can write here is 9 times. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So therefore 2 to the power 9, that is 5 1 2. Or else if you multiply all this, you will get 5 1 2. Like this you can think. Or else if you are not satisfied with this, I am going to explain another one method, that is in the permutation and combination. We discussed in the permutations, here order is important, because here it is, if I write 0 1 1 and remaining 1 1 1 1 1 1. So this is the one, this is like this we can write here it is. So therefore this is different from 1 0 0 1 1 1 1 1 1. So this is different from this because here it is first element is 0 and here first element is 1. So therefore order is important. So if the order is important, then we are going to write the permutations that we discussed in the permutation and combinations. So in that we discussed if we have the n elements and distinct elements and taking r at a time, then the number of permutations is given by n to the power r. This is the formula we discussed. So the same concept I am using here, because how many elements are there? 1 2 here this total distinct elements, how many I have? 0 or 1. So therefore 2. And how many I should take at a time? I should take all the 9 I should take. So therefore 2 to the power 9. And 2 to the power 9 is equals to 512. Like this you can calculate. So my dear students, for the same question, that is for the 10th question, either you can use this method, or you can use like this method, or you can use like this method. So these are the three methods we are going to use to solve such a type of questions. So therefore the answer is 512 is your required answer. I hope you understood, or any among these three methods you can use any one, so that you can easily find out answers. Is it? If you want, I'll explain once. So please observe here this. So ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ a is equals to, so ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ, ನಮಗೆ 3x3 ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ 0 ಮತ್ತು 1 ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಷ್ಟು ವೇಸ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ವೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ವೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಬರೀ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಬರೀಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದು ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೇನೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅನ್ನ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 0 ತಗೊಂಡೆ, ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ 1 ತಗೊಂಡೆ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಎರಡು ವೇಸ್ 2 ವೇಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು, 2 ವೇಸ್ ಬರಿಬಹುದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡೇನೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಎರಡು ವೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿಬಹುದು. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ? ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ 0 ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ 1 ತಗೊಂಡು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ 0, ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ 1. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೇಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು ನೋಡಿ, ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ಬರಿತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೇನೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಥರ್ಡ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ 0 or 1 ತಗೋತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎರಡು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಎರಡು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್, ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಎರಡು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್, ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಒಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಎರಡು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ therefore ಎರಡು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರಿಬಹುದು, 2 to the power 1 ಬರಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನನಗೆ ಏನೇನು, ಐದರ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೈಟ್ 0 or 1. ಸೊ therefore ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದೇ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಎರಡು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿಕ್ತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಎರಡು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಎರಡು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 2 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು 1 2 3 4 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಸೊ therefore I will write 2 to the power square. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 3 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 3 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್ ಹೇಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. ಸೊ therefore 8, this 2 to the power 3 I can write. So either you can think like this. So therefore ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 2 ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಎರಡು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 4 ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ 3 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 8 ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು, ಟೋಟಲ್ 9 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ 3x3 ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ, 3x3 ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 9 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ 2 to the power 9. So therefore the answer is 512. Like this you can solve. This is the one method. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್, ಇನ್ನೂ ಎರಡು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನೂ ಎರಡು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಬೈ ದ ಫಂಡಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್, ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಿಯುಸಿ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಪರ್ಮಿಟೇಷನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಪರ್ಮಿಟೇಷನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ ನೋಡಿ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಐದರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್ 0 or 1. So 2, first place 2 options for this 2, for this 2, for this 2, for this 2. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಎರಡು ಇಲ್ಲಿ 0 or 1 ತಗೊಳ್ಳಬಹುದು, ಅಥವಾ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ 0 or 1 ತಗೊಳ್ಳಬಹುದು, ಈ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ 0 or 1 ತಗೊಳ್ಳಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಟೋಟಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು 9 ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್. ಸೊ therefore 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into total 9 place again. So total 9, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So therefore if you multiply all these values, you will get 512. Like this you can calculate. Or else ಇದನ್ನು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ, ಪರ್ಮುಟೇಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಏನಾದ್ರು n ಅಂತ ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಂಕ್ಟ್ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದು ಪರ್ಮುಟೇಷನ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮಗೆ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಟ್ ಅ ಟೈಮ್ ಆರ್ ಅಟ್ ಅ ಟೈಮ್ ನಾವು ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಏನೈತಿ n to the power i. So this will give you the number of permutations. This will give, so permutations and combination in that case we discuss. So therefore total ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಅಥವಾ ಎಷ್ಟು ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ, 0 ಅಥವಾ 1. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ನಮಗೆ ಟೋಟಲ್ 9 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. So therefore 2 to the power 9 and 2 to the power 9 is 512. So therefore answer is like this. Is it? So therefore either you can use this method or you can use this method or you can use this method. So therefore if whichever is convenient for you, you can use that one. And therefore for this the option, the answer is 512. Yes my dear students, this completes the exercise 3.1. I think the 8th question was remaining. That question we are going to discuss after the concept, that is types of matrices. So after discussing types of matrices, we are going to discuss that question, and in the next video we are going to discuss the types of the matrices. Is it? So yes, thank you. We'll discuss in the next class.